stream. So I wanted to have a volleyball live stream for us to be able to chat about all things that are volleyball right now, especially since we're having tryouts and a lot of us are going into tryouts and a lot of us just have general volleyball questions because we got a lot of new subscribers this month and these last couple of months. So this live stream is just really to be really informational for you to be able to answer questions for about 30 minutes or so. So let's get into the questions. Hi. Hi guys, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, you guys? What's up? So, we're going to be really informational today, and I really want to give you guys some answers to some of the questions that you guys have about volleyball and the channel and all of that. So, let's get into some of the questions. What's up, you guys? Let's get some of the questions. Okay, so one of them is, what is the hardest thing about volleyball? It really depends on the person. For me, the hardest thing about volleyball is I'm not the best setter in the world, so for me, setting is harder. What's the hardest position? That is really depends on the person. It really depends on the person what makes somebody the hardest position for you. What grade do I teach volleyball? I teach all grades. I teach adults, and then I teach really young folk. How to be a better libero? Definitely work on your agility because liberos can get everything. So work on that agility. How to serve fast? Get a faster arm swing. What tips do I have for setters? Really get aggressive with calling the ball and communicating with your team. Communication is everything. I have seen such great teams lose a game because of communication. How do you hit hard? Okay, so hitting hard is you got to get that speed in there, get that torque, and snap your wrist all the way down to the ground. Is water wet? Is it? Is that a trick question? What is a libero? A libero is a specialized position in volleyball. It really defines somebody who's a really good passer and somebody who just has overall really great skills. What do you do in your team when somebody's being bossy? That's a great question. So when somebody's being bossy on the team, it is okay to involve your coach in things like that because the coach is there to support you and really help you feel more comfortable in a team-like environment. We always want to be in a team-like environment. So if you feel like you're having some issues with somebody on the team, it's okay to say, hey, coach, I want to kind of have a peer mediation with that person so we can talk it out because we want to have a team-like environment. We want to have friendships on the team, and it should be positive. Can liberos be tall? Yes. How to time your approach? You really need to work with your setter on that, and it depends on their setting speed. So the best thing to do is to get in kind of like an athletic position, waiting for the ball as you're looking for it. When the ball leaves their hands, go ahead and work with your setter one-on-one to be able to figure out the speed at which they're setting and determine the kind of set you like. Do you like it off the net? Do you like it on the net? Do you have to have knee pads? I highly suggest it. I highly suggest you have knee pads. Best position for lefties? Opposite. Best position for beginners? I think the beginners should start learning all of the beginning skills so that way you can better determine what you want to do. I think you should play a position you're really passionate about. It'll keep you happy when times you may get sad, but when you choose something you really, really enjoy, it's not like a job, it's fun. How do you set with no spin? If you're setting with spin, that means you're technically doubling the ball. That means you're having a missed contact when you're setting. What to do when you're on your period. I do have a video on that that's really, really helpful that may give you some more information. Let's see, what kind of bag do I recommend? You can choose any kind of volleyball bag that you want to choose, something that's functional for you. I've had a lot of different types of volleyball bags. I've had a backpack version. I've had the over-the-shoulder version. I've had the satchel version. I like the backpack version the most because you can kind of just put it on really quick. But right now I'm doing the over-the-shoulder. Where are you coaching? I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're looking for sessions in Charlotte, North Carolina, that's where I'm at right now. Should I wear long socks or short socks? Either one. Okay, so back when I was playing volleyball in high school, we were doing the whole long socks thing. That was the thing. Then that was the style, okay? Now they're into that crew sock kind of cut. So it really depends on you. Some people like wearing long socks, some people like wearing short socks. It's really just an aesthetic. What do I do at tryouts? The best thing ever to do at tryouts is there's a couple things you need to learn. I would learn how to serve the ball over the net. Even if you're just beginning, I would learn how to pass a volleyball. I would learn how to basically set. how to kind of hit it. Just get some really basic formulation, because if you have the basics, it's easy to build on that. It's easy to build on that. I'm gonna scroll back, guys. Are you given a position or you choose? It really depends on the coach. Some coaches will say, hey Mia, you'd be really good at this. And then they'll put you in this. Or some people are like, hey coach, I'm already this. So it really does depend on the coach. Some tips for blocking: look at the timing. You want to make sure to follow the shoulder, angle yourself over the shoulder, because that's where the ball's going. I'm super new to volleyball, and every time I hit the ball, it hurts more and more over time. It hurts. So are you saying you're hitting it and it hurts on your hand? Because you might be contacting it incorrectly. Well, what are some tips for blockers? Make sure you line yourself up with that shoulder, because that's where they're coming up. Don't close your eyes. Keep your hands nice and firm. So you don't want wiggly fingers, so it comes straight over. Keep them nice and firm and go up there and just straight down. A great approach for hitting. If you're right-handed, a really great approach is the 3-step approach. So it's the left, right, left. If you are left-handed, it can be right, left, right. So I'm gonna do a hitting video because it's my favorite thing in the world. So I'm just taking some time on that. How you serve further. You wanna kind of angle your body a little bit. So when you're doing your bow, arrow, toss, and hit, if you're serving further, that number 1 depends on the strength. And number 2, it looks at your form. I love all these questions, you guys. You guys have such great questions. I'm trying to answer as many as I can. Tips for outside hitters. Communicate with your setter. Learn how to hit different kinds of set. The 4, the 32, the shoot, the go, the pin. Try to learn how to hit all of those. Is there a position for someone who wants to block and hit? Middle blocker. Can a libero be short? Most liberos are short. The libero most of the time is the shortest person on the team. They have a lower center of gravity because they're shorter. They can quit things quicker. How to get your vertical up. Start working on your quads. Your quads are basically just your bigger thighs. So start working on the strength of your thighs. I love you too. Okay. Should I take 1 or 2 steps before my overhand serve? You're taking 1 step. You're stepping straight into it. I don't understand the numbers part of volleyball. Okay, so the numbers part of volleyball, when we're talking about the zones of the court, there are certain zones of the court. So I can make a video on the zones of the court if that's something that you guys want to highlight, kind of like what the zones look like. It may be really helpful. How do I get less spin on my float serve? When you're getting a float serve, you want to contact it with a flat hand and stop midway through. That gets the float off of it. So when I was teaching you the standard serve, I had to have a ball-shaped hand. That ball-shaped hand is what made it go get that top spin. If you stop at the contact, that's how you get that float. And by the way, the float is one of the hardest serves to pass. I'm a beginner, my serves are spikes. Are you saying it's going straight down? Is it going straight down? How would you choose a position if you're not sure? That's a great question. So the best thing to do is to try them all, okay? So when I first started playing volleyball, I was a middle blocker. I kind of got plugged into that position because I'm pretty tall. So my coach was like, hey, you're tall, you're fast, you can jump high, middle blocker. It wasn't something that I necessarily was a fan of at the time because I wanted to do something where I would hit more, which became my skill. So the best thing to do is try different ones. So if you don't try something, how do you know if you like it or not? So like I said, do something you're really passionate about. How to stay low when bumping? Get low. Get low. Work on that athletic stance. You're waiting to receive the ball, and then you're low. Should I do a video on how to receive the ball from serve receive? What if I buy all the stuff for tryouts and don't make the team? I highly suggest not buying anything for tryouts. The only thing you really need for your tryout is a bright colored shirt, a good attitude, sneakers, shorts, and time to go, ready to go, be pumped to go. How to spot place. Ooh, y'all. So I know this one girl. She is the best spot placer that I've ever played with in my life. She can just serve anything. Now, to get better at spot placing, what you need to do is you need to get some time on a court, right? So you go on a court, and then I want you to put different cones around the court in the different zones and highlight them as a different color. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try to serve to that color over and over, so that way you know how to serve to the different zone. Because a great server is a server who can serve the ball with the same accuracy and the same intensity in every zone. I wish to be that. I aspire to be that. I'm getting better, but practice. You have to practice. Need more power on my jump serve. Ooh, jump serving out there. Woo, woo. Okay, look at your approach because the jump serve is very similar to a back row attach. Could it back row attack? Could it be your arm swing? Are you getting enough arm swing? Are you swinging through all the way, or are you not tossing it far enough to get into it? There is a chance to make the team you've never played. I made the team and I never played. Hi, Johanna. How are you? When are you supposed to rotate? So I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of rotation. Are we ready? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'm going to give you a very, very, very brief overview of rotation that will kind of give you more information about what rotation is and why we do it. Okay? So whenever you're watching volleyball on TV, it can be very confusing when you see a lot of people moving around very quickly and hitting it, and they're just kind of circulating around in this solar system of players. That's confusing, right? It was confusing for me too. The only reason why we rotate around the volleyball court is to serve. You're rotating around to serve. Everybody that is on the court has to serve at some point. So in order for us to serve at some point, we have to rotate. If you notice, after we rotate and after the ball comes back over, you notice how people will run back to their position to play that? That's because you're really paying your position. You're just rotating so that way you can always rotate a server. Does that clear a little bit up a little bit? I'm trying to work on some content on how to better explain what the rotations are for each position. For example, where does the outside go? How does she go this way? How does she go this way? I'm working on doing that. I'm trying to think if it will deliver the best in video form. I just don't want to confuse you because rotation can be kind of confusing, especially when you're seeing it. The best way to learn your rotation is to really be in it. For me, to learn my rotation, my coach walked me through the court and said, okay, now we're doing this. Now we're doing this. So I'm working on a way to explain it because I know it's confusing. I know it's confusing. Do I have to carry the ball when I set? Don't carry the ball when you set. Hi, I'm a boy. And what is a way that I can, okay, wait. I can stand on a super competitive team. Okay, the best way you can do it is the same general tips. Introduce yourself to the coach. It goes such a long way. I want you to be positive on the court. Show that you're coachable. Show that you want it. Show that you're passionate. Calm mind, show aggression, show vigor. So show that you're actually out there like, I got it. I'm going to help shag. I'm going to help do this. I'm going to help put the net up. Coaches want that. They want somebody they see potential in. They want somebody they see and they're like, you know what? That guy works hard. I want him. I can talk more on club volleyball teams. Okay, so club volleyball is, okay, so there's a differentiate between different kind of volleyball programs, okay? There's middle school volleyball, there's high school volleyball, and then there's programs that are like club volleyball, which is kind of floating between middle and high school. Now, club volleyball is more of a private volleyball institution that parents will enroll their kids into that will kind of give them more volleyball instruction, more in detail than they may have get in high school or middle school, but that's not always the case. So club volleyball is a great opportunity for you to get a higher impact and higher level of play of volleyball at your age to help you prepare for college. So a lot of collegiate players that you see, they played club because they started playing when they were younger to get that formative knowledge to become really good college players, because club goes into much more detail. They travel, they play in harder tournaments. You're playing at a much higher level than you would in high school and middle school traditionally, but that is not always the case. So that is what club is. I'm a tad bit curvy. Does that make it hard to play volleyball? Not at all. Not at all. I've played volleyball in multiple different sizes. I have been thickums while playing volleyball. I've been really skinny while playing volleyball. I've been in an athletic shape playing volleyball. Volleyball is volleyball. Anybody can enjoy. Let's see. You don't want to dive on your stomach. You want to, it's this thing called sprawling. I have a video on how to pancake. It has the tips basically for sprawling. I would look at that. Don't fall on your knees because your knees are all you got. You only got two. You need to keep them. So when you get my age, I'm not that old. When you get my age, you're not hurting, okay? How do you keep your eyes open for your sets? Don't let the ball intimidate you. You intimidate the ball. Yes. How do you be a good referee, attorneys? Call the plays loudly, okay? Whenever you're doing you're doing line judge, make sure you indicate what happened. If you are the up ref or the down ref, just have that excitement that you're actually generally paying attention. Best position to do right-handed. You can play anything. Y'all can do anything you want to. Anything you want to. How to start a guys team. Okay, so if you're trying to start a guys team at your school, you need to talk to the athletic director. So most schools have an athletic director and then the person who's in charge of athletic programs for schools. So you need to talk to the athletic director and say, hey, I'm thinking about first generate that interest. See if people are interested in the program. If people are interested, that's really great. So get some people who are interested, then come to him and say, hey, we want to start a guys program at our school. I have this many people interested. I think it'll be really great. And then show them information on guys programs so that way they can see the benefit of it, because you deserve to play. I don't think volleyball is more challenging for lefties. I think left-handed people do have more of an advantage when it comes from the right side of the court, like opposite, because they have the opportunity to get a better angle on that. How to hit back row. Back row timing is pretty interesting. So some people like to hit on the 10-foot line or the 3-meter line. Some people like to hit before that. But remember, when you're doing a back row attack, you have to jump from behind the line and in front of the line, or stay behind the line, but you can't leave after the line. Should I make a video on how to practice without a net or a wall? Because I was thinking about doing that. How to cooperate with a stubborn coach. I understand that. I feel that. I feel that in my spirit. The best thing to do is, it is okay to talk to your parents about things because your parents are your champion, okay? If you're having trouble with a coach, which sometimes it does happen, and unfortunately, I'm so sorry that it is happening to you, but you can talk to your parents and say, hey, I'm having trouble with this coach. And then you involve the athletic director because it is their job to be able to champion for you. You can play club if you just started. Yes, you can. Yes. I have a couple videos that I'm making. I just moved apartments, so I'm kind of in a transition right now. How to jump higher. Work on your quad strength. Get them legs. I'm doing a clinic currently, and it's very intense. And I'm always very nervous to hit the ball because I don't embarrass myself. Now, let me tell you something. One thing that held me back in my life was fear. Do not let fear hold you back from your greatness. You cannot. Go out there and run towards it because it will make you grow stronger. Do not worry about what other people think about you. Do not worry about other people watching you play. You are you. You are great. You are fantastic. You can do this. You can do this. Okay? So don't worry about other people and how they're watching you play, because you know what? Support yourself. You're your biggest fan. You said I have thunder thighs. Girl, it's okay. I want them thinner. Any tips? Work on your quads. There is nothing wrong with having thicker thighs. I have thicker thighs. It's all right, girl. What shoes do you recommend, and what volleyball? I have those in my link in my description box below. If you have a wider foot, I recommend Asics. If you have a narrower foot, a Mizuno. A lot of volleyball programs do use Mizuno, but before you buy a shoe, check with your coach and check with the PTA. Check with the PTA because they order your uniforms most of the time, and most of the time teams are very cohesive in how they look. They look the same. A 32 is an outside hit, but it's way quicker. You're right. A 32 is between, this is the pin, this is the middle. The 32 is about here. I love those kind of sets. They're great. They're much quicker. If you're a girl and you're playing against a boy and he's spiking, how can you dig the ball? You're going to dig the ball. I play with men all the time. Do not let the differentiation in gender intimidate you. Don't. Volleyball is volleyball. Go out there and play, girl. Oh, thanks, Day. What does it mean when I play volleyball after a month and you're really tired out of breath? It's just conditioning. Sometimes when I don't play for long, which I try not to play for big gaps of time, like I try not to not go big gaps of time without playing, but sometimes I do that, 2-3 weeks. I get back and I'm like, oh, and I'm super sore afterwards. That's just conditioning. What skills should I know in 6th grade? I would start learning how to pass. I would start learning how to set. I would start learning how to serve. Just the basic skills. How do you decide which best position is best for you? Think about what you really want to do, Alley Cat. Do you want to serve? Do you want to set the ball? Do you want to become a setter? The setters usually only really set. They pass sometimes, but they usually set. Do you want to spike it? Do you want to be more defensive in the back? Do you want to block? Think about what you want to do. what are some good workouts for both with and without a ball? I have a video with the ball with the wall. I'm thinking about making a video about like a workout video, because if you guys haven't noticed, I've lost a lot of weight. So I think I'm gonna make a workout video for volleyball to help you increase that vertical, because I'm working on increasing my vertical because I'm trying to get back into my volleyball prime, y'all. Do I need a ankle brace as an outside hitter? Okay, so ankle braces are a very controversial subject when it comes into volleyball, because some players feel like they have to have them and some of them don't, okay? Ankle braces are, when you're first starting to learn how to play, ankle braces can be effective because they'll keep you from spraining your ankle. However, the use of ankle braces over time can weaken your ankles, okay? Now, if you had a previous injury with your ankles and you want to protect them, safety is always first. We always promote safety, but do not feel like you need to have ankle braces because you see other people wearing them. Talk to your coach about that. If you've sprained your ankle, talk to your doctor about that. You want to have safety first because you want to have a long career. Is it only the team who serves that gets the points? Not at all. It used to be like that, but no. Anybody who makes a kill, serves serves. It can make point. It can be point. It used to be like that though. Thank God it's not, because volleyball games would be forever. What happens in conditioning? In conditioning, it can be a lot of different things. Sometimes teams do suicides. Sometimes they do bleachers. Sometimes they do leg strengthening. Sometimes they run. Sometimes they do, conditioning is basically just working out your body. So think of conditioning synonymous with workout. Conditioning workout. Back row player spike. Absolutely. It's called back row attack. You have the spike behind the 10-foot line. It's called a back row attack. They can be very effective. I've seen some good ones. Should I wear socks for sand volleyball? If you don't want sand in your feet, you can. Most people go sockless. They do have a such thing called sand socks. So it's really up to you. It's personal choice. Okay, so what should you do if your thumb hurts every time you hurt the ball? That means you're contacting the ball incorrectly. I would have your coach or somebody watch you contact the ball, or better yet, film yourself in slow-mo so you have the opportunity to see what's going on, because you're most likely contacting it with your thumb, and we don't want to jam it. You switch teams, you want to impress the coaches, go out there and be a boss. That's what you got to do. Specific type of socks. A lot of people wear those Nike Crew socks. I don't really have a specific type. I wear a lot of funky different socks. It really depends on your personality. You go out there, you be individual. Tips on digging. So when you're digging the volleyball, a lot of people think it's the same thing as passing. Passing and digging are not the same. Same form, but not the same. When you're passing, that means you're passing the ball actively forward in a forward motion. Digging is when you're kind of doing a sit and plant. You're planting your body to receive something, because it's coming so hard, you got to kind of reflect some of the energy and take that energy off in order for it to get a little bit lighter. So when you're digging, you want to plant your body a little bit firmer. You want to lock it. You want to kind of lock and plant. You want to lock your arms and plant so that platform can receive that. What if your attitude is good, but some of your skills are not on point? You know what? A great attitude goes a long way. I'm going to tell you that, because one of my favorite players that I accepted on a team several years ago when I was coaching varsity, high school varsity, was somebody who was so coachable. She was so coachable. She called mine every time. She was so eager. She showed up early and she left late. She was a great player. And you know what? That's what we need out here in this volleyball world. We need positivity. I love being positive. You guys need more positivity. I'm a new setter. I know if I should try for setter. Take the risk. Sophie, take the risk. Coach KoKo, what do you do if you have school and volleyball and your school is in session while volleyball is going on? How is it possible? Talk to the volleyball coach, because it might be one of those things where they excuse you from class. One hand digging. Oh, that's intense. Okay, so when you're one hand digging the ball, okay, it could be, I don't suggest doing an arm bar, which is like above the body, because if you can get one hand, you can definitely get two. If you're doing a one hand dig, like you're close to the ground, you're about to do a pancake, you want to go in with the same motion like you're going to sprawl, and then you want to extend that one arm out in a fist and try to pop it up. Does that make sense? I'm trying to demonstrate that well on the couch. A dig. So a dig is receiving a very, very hard spike, or receiving a ball that has some flames on it. That's a dig. So you're taking energy off the ball to make it lighter, so that way it will pop up easier, so it doesn't ricochet anywhere else. Sure, try out for libero. Somebody said they're lefty libero. Yeah, you can do lefty libero. Right side hitter, my coach is making me become middle. I'm clueless on where to send the ball. Okay, so when you're middle, you can see both sides of the court. You just get up there and get nasty with it. The most important thing to know as an outside hitter is communication with the setter, but to know how to be funky with the ball. Now, what I mean with that is you need to know how to tip, roll, push, dip, dunk, swipe. Get up there and just really, outside hitter, get aggressive. Should I get spandex just for tryouts? I don't think my mom would get them for just for tryouts. I would just wear shorts that are really comfortable for you. You don't have to have spandex, but it's something really comfortable for you. Because I don't want you to buy spandex in a color and then they're like, oh, our team color is blue. You know, and it's kind of like, oh, I've already bought something. What shoes? Wear some comfortable tennis shoes. Okay, for spike timing. Okay, so like I said earlier, for spike timing, you really need to look at the setter. You need to have the setter who's going to be setting you most often, because a lot of the time we'll see in practice where somebody will hit it really well when you're tossing the ball, like the coach is tossing it to you. You'll do great then, but you get in a game with this active setter and it's not the same, because not every set is consistent unless you're an Olympian setter. You know, I wish I could hit somebody's ball from an Olympian setter. So work with your setter, have them set several balls, and then you talk to them about where you want it to drop, how you want to drop it. You want it off the net, you want it on the net. Do you want a 3? Do you want a 4? You want a 32? You know, you need to talk about that kind of stuff. Gigi, that's a great question. Okay, Gigi asks, how can I be noticed by different coaches for college recruiting if I'm not in club? That is a great question. Okay, so most girls in club who go off to play college, they go to these showcases like Big South, where there are a lot of college coaches in the same center of area, so they have that visibility. So if you're not playing, then a lot of the websites, I think it's called Max Preps. If you're in the US, called Max Preps, they keep stats. Okay, you need to collect your stats and you need to start compiling video footage. Then you'll need to contact or talk to your coach that you have interest in college, and you need to say, hey, I'm interested in playing college. Identify some colleges you want to look at and send them your tape. 5'3" is too short to be a blocker? It may be, it may not be. It depends on what team. Are you in middle school or are you in high school? You might grow, but traditionally blockers are pretty tall because you gotta get up over that net. Ooh, what time is it? It's almost time. Okay, let's see. We only have a couple more minutes, you guys. I want to start conditioning. Start working on your endurance and your speed. So I like high intensity interval training. That means run really fast and then walk. Run really fast and then walk. You got to get that stamina because volleyball is more of a kind of sport. I'm Coach KoKo and I love volleyball. That's right. So the coach, so I think a lot of you guys think that your coach will decide your position, and that's partly part of it. But if you come into a program and you say your position, then that can help too. So coaches will choose, coaches will see the skills that you perform the best at. That means that if you're in there and you're like a nasty, nasty outside hitter, like you're just smacking the heck out of the ball, they're gonna choose an offensive position for you. Right? If they're like, oh no, you know, if you're passing it and you got some really consistent passes, they're going to look at the skill that you are best at, and that's something they're going to do. What skills should I know for a 7th grade tryout? The basic skills. Learn how to serve the ball over the net, pass the ball over the net, not over the net, I'm sorry, don't pass over the net. Serve the ball over the net, pass, set, hit, just basic, very basic. Okay, I tried out and did not make it. No big deal. Problem is the coach wants me to try out for a harder team next year and I don't want to try out. What do I tell her? Why does she want you to try for a harder team? I will do more live Q&As. Do you guys like these? I know I'm just spitting out a lot of knowledge at the same time. It's a lot going on. Are Nikes good shoes? Yep. For volleyball tryouts? Yep. Can a libero attack behind the back row? My biggest volleyball pet peeve? Boy. Okay. This is my biggest volleyball pet peeve. I had to really think about it. My biggest volleyball pet peeve is when somebody calls mine, right? They call mine, and they actively act like they're gonna go get it, but then they don't. Has that happened to anybody? Thumbs up if that's happened to somebody. Like they're like, mine. That is my biggest pet peeve in volleyball. The same thing for the 8th grade child, the same thing. Lefties, you can play any position you want to, but you have a better angle in the court from opposite. Nikes do make a great volleyball shoe. I hate when that happens. Oh my gosh. But I don't mean like they just kind of, I mean like they actually run and they're like, I'm gonna get, oh, oh, it happens, man. It happened to me last night and I was just like, you said you were gonna get it. Do you guys wear spandex? Nope. They wear more of a basketball short-like material. What if everyone on your team does not like you, but your coach likes you? Should I stay on the team? Yeah. You're playing on the team for you. If you love volleyball, you stay on, John. You stay on, John. And it's okay to talk to your coach and saying, hey, coach, I'm not feeling like this spirit kind of, I'm not feeling this team spirit or nothing like that. And I want to talk to you about that because I think it's wrong. Because it is wrong. You should be able to feel that positivity. Adidas are good shoes too. Tips from a middle blocker, make sure you're aggressive, work on your speed because you need to be like, well, bam, bam. Yeah, you can be passive if you're tall. You sure can. How tall is a co-ed net? A co-ed net is between a women's and a men's net. So I don't know the exact height, maybe 7'8". Nikes are great. I'm 5'3", right-handed, high school. Starting out, what position should I play? I would start learning the basic skills and see which one you like to do more. Should you wear spandex to tryouts? Sure. Sure. What do you do if your energy is drained out in the middle of a game? You can ask for a water break. You can ask to get subbed out. Okay, the difference between a DS and a libero. So a lot of the time we'll see a libero be the DS. A defensive specialist is somebody who is really prominent and really, really proficient in defense. Sometimes we can see a middle blocker be a DS. It doesn't have to be the libero. It's just somebody who has really, really good defensive skills. So if you got a blocker up there who's just awesome, just keeping everything from coming over, that is a DS. How tall is a middle school net? It's shorter than a women's net. I gotta go in a couple minutes, you guys. Do you have any drills for blocking when you are by yourself? I'm gonna brainstorm that. Nice for bringing that up. I'm gonna brainstorm that. Do a high intensity interval training, Mackenzie. You're gonna run really fast, short. Run really fast, then walk slow. You want to kind of get that energy so that way you can kind of build that stamina over the summer. And the summer is a great time. What kind of knee pad brand is the best? I think a knee pad, you got to really go into the store and put them on to size the shape of your knee. Because some knee pads cut off my circulation, but some knee pads are great for other people. So you really got to put them on and see how they fit on your knees. What can I do at home to increase my arm speed? Okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take the first part of the volleyball hitting approach, right? You're going to get to the arm swing, then you're going to stop. And then you're going to come back, and then you're going to stop. You got to start rotating yourself into getting that arm speed. Just so you guys know, a lot of you guys are asking about serves. If you did not know, I have an overhand serving course now on Teachable. Okay, this overhand serving course is like all of my videos for serving, but more in detail combined. It is awesome. I put a lot of work into it because I want you guys to be able to serve over the net, and it's just so awesome. So if you guys want to get that, I can make a comment after this live stream so that way you can see it. But also, that is in my description box. But I have to go, you guys. So thumbs up if you liked this live stream. I appreciate you guys dropping in, answering all your questions, all of that. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I do post a lot of stuff on Instagram. I try to answer questions on Instagram. So if you do have a question with me, I try to answer them. It takes me a little bit. I'm a little slow at it, but I try. I really enjoyed this live stream, and we will be, yes, this will be uploaded as a video later. So we will be resuming our normal Wednesday videos next week. So get excited about that. But yeah, so give me a thumbs up if you really enjoyed this. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. There's a lot of videos, a lot of coaching, inspiration, love, all of that. All right. So thank you guys for coming in. I will see you guys on Instagram and next week on Wednesday. I am playing women's volleyball tomorrow. Maybe I'll live stream it. Should I? I might. Have a great day, you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wish you volleyball. Good luck at volleyball, Riley. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.